Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third special in the Northern Jump Racing podcast special. Got young Dylan Johnston with us tonight. Dylan, how are you?
Good, thank you. How's things, Matt? All right?
All right, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Cold. That's the only issue. It's getting a bit chilly. It's getting near Christmas, isn't it? So a bit mental this time of year. Dylan, 2 times Welsh champion hurdle winner, Swinton hurdle winner with pick a number for Ollie Murphy. Third in the Welsh Grand National without I Will Do It. Second in the Coral Trophy with Forward Plan, and second in the Paddy Power recently with Chenzo. That's some going for a young jockey, isn't it? For
Yeah,
like yourself.
yeah. So, look, it's riding for good owners and good people and sitting on nice horses is it's what everyone wants to do, and I've kind of been lucky enough to, you know, catch a few nice ones so far. So,
It is very. Who inspired you to get into racing?
uh, I suppose both my grandparents really, granddads on both sides. One kind of rode horses growing up a bit and stuff, and that was where that came from, and the other one was an absolute fanatic of racing. So between the two of them, that was kind of the way it was going. I was getting lessons with one granddad, obviously the one that had ridden, and then I was going racing with the other one, and kind of one fell into the other, and yeah, just started riding out then. While I was still at school and stuff back home, yeah, I just went from there.
Did you do a lot of points? Do you do like started off point to points as you usually do, then went off to like not professional, like conditionals and stuff like amateur racing?
Yeah, kind of like I was quite slow getting going in Ireland. Like I did ride in points, and I rode as an amateur on the track for Stuart Crawford and stuff. Um, rode on the track a lot in the north of England, kind of when I was hadn't ridden winners and hadn't many rides, and then I went in conditional just because I was really light and pointing just wasn't really happening. And then in Ireland, to be fair, being a conditional wasn't really happening either. So Stuart Crawford's brother Stevie knew an agent in the north of England, Wilson Rennick, and between the two of them, we got sorted. I got over to Rose and Tony Dobbins, and
Yeah,
so
Tony
yeah, that was
Dobbins
kind of the
quite a big
start.
name. Like I think Tony Dobbins was quite a big name in horse racing, especially in the northern circuit. I think Tony Dobbins were probably one of the most best jockeys in the north. Well, was until he stopped riding, but yeah, it's quite a feat getting into them because he's got quite a good experience to get into. So yeah, that's probably helped you a little bit, hasn't it? Especially with Tony and Rose Dobbin.
Oh, massively. That was kind of the springboard of everything. Like without them, I'd have probably never been in England in the first place. And like, I had a great time there, and like I had tough times there. Like I broke my leg quite badly in my first kind of year, and just stop start and rode a few winners, and then had a good year with Ian Jardine and Rose. Ian used me a bit, and obviously the help of Dobbs was massive, kind of in your ear all the time, just making sure everything was right. And as a claimer, you kind of need somebody. You need somebody kind of just to keep you in line and keep things
Yeah,
going the right way, because you need to keep progressing in this game, or you get left behind fairly quickly.
I see. Like when I go like racing myself, I see like Brian Hardy with like jockey coaching and stuff like that. Is that kind of like the future? Is that kind of like what young jockeys have now? It's like someone just like a calming, just ear in their ear, just a voice, just like look, do it this way, do
Yeah,
it, you know what I mean? Experience and stuff like that.
yeah, the jockey coaches are great because although you get feedback from your trainers and whatnot, at the end of the day, your trainers kind of want to win every race. Like
Yeah,
they have runners in, so sometimes the jockey coach is a bit of a neutral. Like there's many a time I've ridden when I was in the north or since, and like your trainer's thinking you should have done this, should have done that, would have won, blah blah blah. And when you speak to your jockey coach afterwards, they might look at it and go, "Look, the horse ran as well as it can run. That's it. Forget about it."
yeah, that's it.
So
Conditions,
yeah, it's a great
conditions.
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
it's like punters, isn't it? So, like certain jockeys should have done this. It's like, well, he's done all he can. You know, it's up there. I mean, percentage of it is probably a lot to do with the horse as well as the conditions. You know what I mean? Jockey's there to help it along, isn't it? So, yeah, it's very much. I think a lot of people now have got to take a step back. Jockeys are not there to be blamed. It's just there to, you know what I mean? Not going to win every race. So yeah, I've got a lot of sympathise for you guys. What you do as a job. and like you've got a lot of people's, you've got trainers, you've got owners, they all want to win. Punters as well. It's kind of like you can't win every race. So
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
where you're
look,
coming
we,
from.
tr- we try we try to win every race, but yeah, there's times where like, oh, there's
Yeah,
times where though where you hold your hands up and you come in and you say, well, I should have done this or I should have done that, but it's any
yeah,
walk of life, really, isn't it? So no,
yeah,
I'm glad
everything.
that
Yeah,
people are starting to realize a little bit, and I think all the new
yeah,
media stuff is personalizing the whole thing a little bit, but
yeah.
I think there's
I
still a
mean,
long way to go, in terms of just social media and whatnot.
yeah, I think a lot of people need to like chill after certain races and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like human beings at the end of the day. A lot of people just need to chill out. There's the trainers. I mean, trainers and owners and jockeys just to chill, don't we?
Yeah.
As well. But no, he like it's growing up. I mean, you started racing back in 2021, so you still had likes of like Rachel Blackmore, Paul Carberry, Paul Townend. Who did you look up to in the weighing room? You probably got over your
Um,
Brian Reeves and Sean Quinlan and stuff like that. Experienced jockeys over here, and
yeah. I mean, when I moved over, like, and well, I think even when I was at Ollie's and Roses, I think naturally you look up to your stable jockeys, really. Like as many senior lads as there is in the weigh room, it's kind of the faces you see all the time that are there when you need them. So like Craig Nichol was massive when I was obviously at Roses, and you could kind of relate to him because he was a bit younger and was kind of always there for a chat and whatnot. And the same then goes for Sean Bowen when I was at Ollie's, because like to this day I'll still share lifts with Sean if I'm going up to Perth in the
yeah,
summer and whatnot. And that's kind of the relationship I think you want to have with your stable jockeys when you're at that stage in your career, and they're always there for you. Then hopefully, I know they're competitive now, and we maybe look at each other now and think, right, you're getting it or whatever, but
yeah,
they're still half there for you when you need them.
yeah. It's kind of like it's love hate relationship, isn't it? Kind of like you get off the track, it's kind of like best mates and stuff like that. But when you are on a racetrack, it's like I want to win, I want to beat you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's kind of
exactly.
like
Yeah,
it's a completely different ball game, isn't it?
yeah.
But no, how can you win in the north as well? Because that's quite a tough place to get up to, isn't it? You know, I mean, you've got like Carlisle, Perth, Kelso, etc. I mean, it's quite for a young jockey to break into the north. It's quite a feat. How come you did choose the north in the end?
Well, I think I didn't really have like a massive. I probably needed a kick up the backside to really move to England,
Yeah,
and I don't like. I think I was kind of told you're going and that's it, and I think that's kind of what a lot happened to a lot of Irish lads. And I'd obviously was at Stuart Crawford, who was in the north of Ireland, and
yeah,
I had been over to like like I think I'd ridden that maybe 4 or 5 of the northern tracks while still being in Ireland. So like I'd ridden in Carlisle and Perth and Ayr and a few other little places, and then I suppose when Wilson and Dobbs came along, it was probably just to kick up the bum that I needed to get across and give it kind of, I don't want to say one last go, but like it was kind of, I'll move over for a year or two and see what happens, and then we'll maybe, I don't know, have to reevaluate if it's not happening. But luckily it's been going all right.
it's gone all right for you, hasn't it? Especially like you've gone from Rose Dobbins to Ollie Murphy's. I mean, running out for Ollie's Murphy at your age is quite a feat in itself because he's a big yard now, isn't he? He's got some class horses out there. Then now you with Sam Thomas. I mean, what's it like riding for Sam Thomas? I mean, he's probably one of the, as I was growing up, Sam Thomas was probably one of the best jockeys out there. I mean, he's near enough won the lot, hasn't he, as a jockey? So what's it like riding up for Sam?
Yeah, like again, yeah, I think it's um he's brilliant to ride for. Like I kind of remember as well growing up. I actually remember being at Leopardstown one day with my granddad. I think he won the Lexus, and what a friend. And it's actually one of my earliest racing memories, so it's quite funny that it's gone full circle now. But yeah, he's easy to ride for. He puts a lot of trust into me, and we don't really we wouldn't necessarily have loads of plans going out when I'm going out riding. And I think that's brought the best out in me, hopefully. And hopefully then that kind of freedom and kind of more relaxed atmosphere brings the best out in him too. But he, as it goes, he's quite easy to ride for. We obviously get on quite well, and it helps. But yeah, I have no complaints.
He's an up and coming yard as well, isn't he, Sam? He's you know, I mean, he's, like I said before in the video, it's like he's won 2 Welsh champion bumpers. You know, he came second recently at Cheltenham on Saturday. He's an up and coming yard. And you've also got like he ran in for Mr. Walters as well. That's quite impressive as well. So you landed on your feet with them two, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. I've been quite lucky. Like Ollie's and Sam's have both been massive up and coming yards that I've recently been attached to. But yeah, Sam is, really on the way up, and like he's built a right little squad of horses, and we've a good team of staff, and we're just, Sam would tell you himself, he's just kind of built chipping away the whole time. And look, hopefully, in 2 or 3 years, Sam will be one of them powerhouses of English racing, and hopefully, he can take me with him, or I can help him along the way too. And like, we're building. I think we've built a nicer bunch of horses this year than last year, and all being well, hopefully again next year. I'm sitting here saying, well, we've built a nicer bunch of horses this year than last year. So every year little things, and yeah, he's going the right way.
Yeah, it sounds like he's building some kind of thing for the future, isn't it? It's like I saw a video of him a couple of weeks back on racing TV. He's got, he's built it up, and like you said, you're going along with him, and what helps with a top jockey like yourself. And it's especially Mr. Walters is like as the owner as well. Like that, you've got some really good horses. I mean, was it still Ali at Carlisle the other day? Ran well. Was that one of Sam's as well?
Yeah, without Mr. Walters, the both me nor Sam would be where we were probably today. It's fair to say. And yeah, he obviously put so much money into it, and it's kind of good now that this year we've really landed on our feet together and everything's going well. But yeah, Steel Alley at Carlisle the other day was I was as good a start to chasing as we could have imagined. He was pretty foot perfect. He was impressive, and he's beat experienced chasers, which you don't really see a horse doing first time out. So,
especially when you're at Carlisle, I mean, it's a big uphill. You know what I mean? That isn't it? It's a big uphill finish. Like, to win at Carlisle is you've got a good horse in your hands, I think.
Yeah, and it's quite a fashionable place to start horses every year, and novice chasers or whatnot. So, to go there and get it done in the way that he did, we were really, really happy.
So what's your ambitions now? I know you're on 73 winners now. I know it's to get to 75 to get your claim off. So what's your ambitions this season?
Look, I said kind of starting the year, I was kind of thinking to myself, I'd love to have my claim up by Christmas. So hopefully, maybe a little bit ahead of schedule on that. So hopefully that happens. I'd be worried if it doesn't happen now. But hopefully there's no injuries or something. Touch wood. So that was kind of the main thing really coming into the year. And also probably just kind of second year in a big job and race, and just settle down, just settle into the job, just maybe enjoy it a bit more. To kind of all the new things are off your back, like you're not going anywhere for something new this year. So
yeah, it's kind of like you've got the shirt, you've done it, haven't you? The kind of thing. It's kind of like you can relax. Not like you said, you can relax, you can chill, it probably comes second nature to you now of getting to the big meetings and stuff like that. You ride in Ascot this week. It's quite a big meeting there. You know what I mean? And you've got your Christmas, you've got Newbury, you've got Aintree in a couple of weeks' time, the start of Christmas. And it's a hectic week. After Christmas, it's just full on, isn't it? And you've got Cheltenham, you'd be definitely riding out of Cheltenham. It wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, it's full on now, isn't it?
Oh, massively. And yeah, like it's probably not really. I don't think it's probably not talked about enough. But like when you're going to these places, like doing everything new, like you're even something as simple as going and riding a nice bumper horse in a novice hurdle. Like last year, that was all new, and like this day. Well, tomorrow last year, Celtic Dino obviously won an introductory hurdle at Ascot, and like you're going there and you're thinking like all the pressure's on and whatnot, and obviously there's still pressure because we've extremely nice horses, but I think hopefully after getting the first shirt out of the way, I'm probably in a better headspace to deal with it, and I hope that's kind of coming through. And in the horses and the way they're running and the way I'm riding, hopefully. So
It's
yeah,
probably,
it's just
it's probably you've got confidence in the horse and yourself. They probably feel it from you as well, don't they? They'll probably got him thinking, hang on, I've got a good jockey on me. It's probably maybe that's how the horses probably travel. You know what I mean? It's very much a confidence thing, isn't it? You're getting on board. You're thinking, I can do this.
oh, massively. I don't know whether they've a good jockey on board, but they definitely have a more relaxed one this year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually showing. Like the horses are all a lot more chilled out, and they're all racing the right way, and they're all in a good place. So we're all very happy at the moment.
Good. Like, so it's a day-to-day job. I mean, do you just ride out for Ollie and Sam now, or it's just like you ride out for other trainers?
I wouldn't be in Ollie's really now since I got this job. But I've been Sam's a lot. Obviously racing depending. I've been Sam's a good bit. I would be Mr. Walters has horses at Neil Mulholland's and Paul Nichols, so I would, pop in there and when where and when needs kind of. And then if I actually ride up the north a little bit now this year, so anytime I'm
I
up
saw
there, I'll probably.
you were at Exeter the other day, then you went up north, isn't it, the day after? I mean, that's some trek.
Yeah, yeah.
That is that's some travel. That I mean, to do that, it's getting some miles, and also, I mean, it just shows, like, I mean, the work you're putting in, as well as, you're not shying away from, okay, I'm gonna stay in the south for a little bit. No, you're traveling about a bit. You are putting some miles in to get the rides and get the winners.
Definitely, and I think this year, my agent Alan Cawley, like I think we've kind of really set out to show that we will go anywhere needs be for people that want to use me. As I said, I was in Exeter in the last race on Monday at 4:20, and I was in the first race at Kelso at 12:20 the next day.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
and
it. Yeah,
yeah, so that's kind of. But look, that's what we're. That at the end of the day, that is our job. I know some people maybe want to stay down here or want to stay up there, but I think, yeah, we kind of set out our stall this year to really show the hunger, and hopefully trainers are noticing it, and hopefully at the end of the year we're looking back at good numbers. That's really the aim of the
I mean,
game.
you're currently third in the conditional jockeys title, so it's, I mean, you're putting hard work. The numbers are showing, aren't they?
Yeah,
Especially
and
with
we're doing
Sam and
plenty of riding out as well. Like even when we go up the north, I'm going into Gary Rutherford and Jackie Stevens every time I go up there just to keep things right. And to be fair to Jackie, she's been quite good to me this year. I've had quite a lot of rides for her, and then as well as Gary, I've had a few winners for Gary and a winner for Jackie. So yeah, look, just keeping the right people happy and trying to figure out, where the priorities lie when we're up there and when we're down here, and just kind of keep it all right.
nice one. If you could, like, I don't know, you've got a couple of horses, what you've not ridden out, or Sam's not had a chance to get out on the to get on the track, but you've got any couple of horses, what you think, okay, could do well this year, or could do
Um,
well again after a couple of races.
there's a horse on Saturday in Haydock, Shamanucci.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm going to Ascot because I don't think you could have paid me $1 million to get off Celtic Dino, but Shamanucci's running at Haydock on Saturday. He's a really nice horse. I won a beginner's chase with him at Carlisle last year. We beat Butch of Ollie Murphy's. Um, he's lovely, and there's a horse called Say Different that won actually the same day at Carlisle. Um, he then won again, and he's had a break, and he's in a few places. He's in a few places next week, so I said there'd be two that would really catch the eye. Look, there's a couple of bumper horses there that have still to come
Yeah.
out. Um, they're nice too. Look, there's loads of nice horses there. It's just at the end
It's
of the
just
day, yeah, it's just getting them out, getting them in the right place, and having them in a good place too. So
okay.
yeah.
Favorite race course in the north, or you've like favorite race course in the north, and why?
Oh, has to be Carlisle. Has to be Carlisle. Chase track is probably one of the best in the country. Um, I've had a bit of luck around the hurdle track. Chase track's brilliant, and it's not too far. It's on the side of the motorway.
Yeah, it's a good. It's a good. I went up there a couple of weeks ago for the big meeting on the Sunday. It's probably one of the best race courses going for me, especially
I
for
agree.
the prize money. The prize money, the viewing, just the setting. Yeah, it's one of the best race courses in the UK. Well, in the north actually for me.
I completely agree, and it's probably one of the fairest too. I think you'd be doing well to have you'd kind of well, as a jockey's point of view, might be a nightmare, but you know you'd do well to come in and have an excuse about you should like. There's not really any hard luck stories around it, put it that way. So
No, it's a
usually,
proper true.
I think
I think it's a
best
true
horse
true
wins.
track as well, isn't it? It's a true track as well. I mean, you do.
Yeah,
Well, I always think like you get if you can win at Carlisle, I think you're doing well, and you can. I always look at like form you've gone to Cheltenham. I think if you got a good Carlisle horse, you probably got a good Cheltenham horse as well. Like you win at, I know not the Cheltenham Festival, but you got the November meetings, the Christmas meetings. I think you've got a good horse going. I always think that.
yeah, they're probably not that dissimilar. Like you, at the end of the day, you run down a big hill and you go up another one, and in Cheltenham you do both of them things, and they're good sized fences, and it's probably not. It's quite competitive racing as well because I think the southern lads all know how nice it is, so they're not afraid of driving up the motorway either. So it's always good
No,
racing and good track, and
no,
yeah,
you could give like one advice to like a young jockey on you young yourself up, like if you an up and coming like a jockey starting off at £10 claiming. What advice would you give him or give her?
just I don't know. I think just relax, let it all happen, probably enjoy it. I think like I'm still at a very kind of inexperienced level compared to some of the lads in there. But if I was to be critical of myself, probably one thing I done was put pressure on myself, and at times probably didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. Um, and I think that's the one thing I'd change is to go back and enjoy it all a bit more because you know at the end of the day you're not doing it forever, and you know you're doing it because you love it. So just enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. And also, if you had an outside, if you were in charge of racing, what thing would you change to improve racing as an experience for a jockey or like a punter as such?
Maybe have less of it
Less is more.
because
Yeah, yeah,
I think like especially down here, like on Monday there was three meetings, like Exeter, Exeter, Leicester, and can't mind the third one. But there was Exeter, Leicester, and somewhere else on Monday, and it's just like you know, there's all right. There was all right field sizes at Exeter, but at Leicester there were like four runners, five runners. Like that's
so
just too much of it, you know.
yeah. I think less is more. I think as a whole, I think it's like talking yourself out of a job. I know you don't get paid. You don't get paid, but as a product, I think you need to look at it probably as a whole. You know what I mean? Bigger fields, probably better prize money in the end for the owners because you know what I mean. Without owners, horse racing is kind of like dead, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's really important to have decent prize money. But no, I think less is more. I think jump racing should probably do with a break. I don't know about you during a bigger break during the summer, just especially during like the 6 week. Yeah, it has a little bit of a break, but I think it should do a bit more of a break during the summer months, especially July to August, to give everyone a break in the yards and give you guys a break because it is a tough job. I mean, it's a year-round job, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that like the break thing is kind of a tricky one because like it's well and good kind of Sam Thomas and Venetia Williams and a few of them lads saying, yeah, let's have a 3 month break. You know, that's fine because they've got winter horses. But I think if you look at it from a business point of view, your Fergal O'Briens, your Neil Mulhollands, like these guys need the summer as well.
Yeah,
You know, I think although you'll be keeping a few people happy, I just I think if there was a vote, like I don't think it would be as clear cut as people think it would be for everyone wanting a break. Like
52-48 maybe.
Do you know, like it's not going to be like a landslide to, yeah, okay, grand, let's have 2 months off. Because there's too many trainers nowadays that, need to keep going all year round to make it pay.
Yeah.
And, the world we live in now, like you need to, these guys, like everybody needs to keep making money all year round just to keep everything right for themselves. So I think as much as I'd love a break and I'd love to get away for a month or, forget about it for a month, it's just not really, I don't think it would
Feasible.
really be viable for some people, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
No,
fair
it's,
enough.
it's,
You have to kind
nice.
of respect that as well for
Yeah,
them
it's kind of like
trainers.
it's good to get it from like kind of the horse's mouth kind of thing, especially your end. It's like it's all right for me, sat here thinking, oh, should have a 2 month break, but at the end of the day, it is a business, isn't it? At the end of the day, it is a
The
business,
trouble
and
is as well, if you have 2 months off and you say, say you think, right, grand, give staff a break. Like if you tell 40 of your staff, right, that's grand, you're not working for two
you're not getting
months.
paid. Yeah,
You're
you're not getting paid for 2
you're,
months. So, but
you're also not going to get 40 of them back.
no,
People are going to go
it's
and
that happy.
find. Yeah, it's a tricky one, and it's
It,
way a bit
it,
it's way above my pay grade for somebody to think about. But
Yeah, I think it's way
it's
above mine as well. But no, it's kind of like I think, like you said before, less is more, and it does need to be looked at, doesn't it? But it's kind of
yeah,
like when and how people do it, and you know what I mean. Does it need to be certain cut off for? I mean, in November they had flat meeting in November, turf flat in November. It's like, do we need turf flatting? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. You know what I mean? It's kind of like stuff like that. It is very much. Again, it's trying to please the masses, isn't it? It's trying to please everyone and trying to get a happy medium. And it is really
I think
a sticky situation.
yeah, it's also different. I think with the jump and the flat because like I know plenty of trainers that would happily drive to Newcastle every Friday and run their horse every Friday and just do that all winter, which is fine. But you couldn't drive your jump horse to Sedgefield every Thursday and run it every Thursday for the winter. Like
No,
they're very different animals. It's a very different sport, and as much as the flat racing, the field sizes don't really seem to be an issue. So that's fine. Continue having as much racing as you want if that's the case. But
yeah,
when you're looking at the jumps racing and forgetting about these excellence chases because that's kind of that's just kind of the nature of them. But when you have handicap chases with 3 and 4 runners, it just feels a little bit silly.
how's that gone down? Like the excellent chases, because I know that's been a couple of 3 or 4 walkovers now. How's that gone down with like? You probably see it in Sam's yard. How's like that gone down as well? Because that's kind of like
Um,
it doesn't look good for racing, does it? A walkover.
Not really, but I do think they're a good idea. Like they have
Yeah,
beginners chases in Ireland, and we've you know the thing is the difference between England and Ireland is we have if we have a horse that runs over hurdles, we can run it straight in a handicap chase without running it in a beginner's chase. So they'll give you a mark. Say you have a 130 hurdler, you enter in a 0 to 130 chase. You can run it off a mark of whatever, maybe 128. They might give you a couple of pound. Whereas in Ireland, you have to have 2 runs in beginners chases to get a mark to run over fences.
yeah,
So if that was the case in England, you would have loads of 15 runner novice excellence chases because all these people that have horses rate 110 that want to go over fences would have to run in them twice
yeah,
first. So that's the difference. They've kind of they've obviously been put on in England to kind of attract these nicer horses to take each other on earlier in the year without throwing weight at one another, which is fair enough. It's probably produced a few nice races already. All okay, a few walkovers on quick ground. That's always going to happen on quick ground. I think if they were beginners chases, there would still be your 140 horse winning by 40 lengths and a load of 110
yeah,
horses just getting around for when they run over fences and after 2 runs. So I do think they're a good idea. I just think it's slightly adopted different to Ireland, and that's why it looks different.
yeah,
Um, yeah, we've had a couple of winners in them, and they've been good for
yeah.
lump
You
sum
can't.
and stuff like that. So
Nice one, nice one. Yeah. How's your what this? We're going to conclude in a couple of minutes. Looking ahead at this week's racing, you got 3 nicely fancied horses at Ascot. How do you think they will go? You got Dr. Blue on Friday, haven't you? Tomorrow, 12:50. Then you've got Our Power and your favourite Celtic Dino.
Yeah, at Dr. Blue, he's lovely. I'm glad he's ran tomorrow rather than going up to Haydock because I can ride him tomorrow at Ascot. So he probably surprised us a little bit at Cheltenham. To be fair, we didn't really expect him to run quite a big race, but he did. So he's probably going there with a bit of expectation tomorrow. There's a nice horse, a Harry Fries in it, but you know, I don't think I'd swap my lad if I could. So hopefully he runs well or does everything right. Our Power was probably in the form of his life before falling in the Grand Sefton. I think Sam said they caught him after the water jump, so he's only really ran 4 furlongs that day, so that's fine. You know, you could kind of happy enough to run him again soon. So if he, you know, hopefully he gets a bit of confidence over the first few in that race, and he'd be away then, and he could run a massive race as well, I think. And Celtic Dino is another one. I actually rode him actually sat on him this morning. He's in the form of his life. I don't know if you know it's a big step up in grade. I know his form has been boosted and everyone's kind of been talking about that and whatnot, but it's a massive step up in grade. We don't know whether he is a graded horse or not. We hope he is.
You've got
But
some good horses there, haven't you? Woohoo and
yeah,
Potter's Charm is there as well, haven't you? So it's
he has to
Woohoo's
reverse the
currently.
form with Potter's Charm. Potter's Charm won the Formby at Aintree last Christmas, and our lad was fourth. Although it was on heavy ground, and you know, if it keeps, I hope the rain stays away because our lad is really a different animal on quicker ground. So 3 nice rides, 3 good chances, but you know, yeah, we wouldn't swap any of them. That's kind of the short and sweet of it.
Nice one, nice one. Well, Dylan, thank you very much, and good luck this Saturday, and good luck for the season ahead. And I hope you do ride out your claim before Christmas.
Hopefully,
Bonus for you.
hopefully this weekend.
Hopefully, get treble up this weekend. But
Yeah.
no, Dylan, thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you. Thanks.